Good evening, PWCS families, and welcome to the Family Engagement Series. My name is Yanette Boyd, and I am the Supervisor for Family and Community Engagement. Today's session is Adult Education Information Session. The presentation will be recorded, and it will be presented in the requested languages of English, Farsi, and Spanish. We will begin interpretation once the interpretation slides have been reviewed. So if you're on your computer, you're going to look for the interpretation button on your control bar. Once you click on it, pick your desired language. Then your icon should change. If you're on your phone, you're going to click on the Join Audio, click Call over Internet. Click on the three dots and More. Click on the language interpretation and click on the language you want and done. At this time, the Farsi interpreter will review the slide.
دوستا با مجموعه نشست های مشارکت با خانواده ها خوش آمدید. موضوع جلسه امشب ما می باشه جلسه اطلاع رسانی با آموزش بزرگسالان. اگر شما خواسته باشید پریزنتیشن امشب به دو لسان ترجمه میشه، لسان فارسی و اسپانوی. اگر خواسته باشید که ترجمه پریزنتیشن امشب بشنوین، در پایینی اسکرین تان کره زمینه کلیک میکنین. بعد از او برتان لیست لسان ها لسان دلخواه خود کلیک کرده میتونین که به فارسی بشنوین از طریق کامپیوتر، و اگر از طریق تلفن خود وصل هستین میتونین با جوین آدیو این کلیک کال ور اینترنت کلیک کنین. باز موسی نقطه که از بالا از او کلیک میکنین، لسان دلخواه خود انتخاب کرده میتونین پریزنتیشن امشب به فارسی بشنوین. Done.
Thank you. At this time, the Spanish interpreter will review the slide.
Para interpretación, si están en computadora, vamos a ver el botón, vamos a buscar el botón de interpretación en la barra de control. Una vez que se haga clic ahí, seleccionan el lenguaje deseado y ahí debería de cambiar el icono. Si están en el teléfono, van a hacer clic en unirse a audio o join audio. Hacen clic en llamada por internet y hacen clic en los tres puntos y en más. Luego hacen clic en el interpretación, lenguaje para interpretar, y hacen clic en el lenguaje que desean y listo.
Thank you. We will begin interpretation now. This time, I would like to welcome our presenter for this evening. Joining us today, we have Ms. Toy Tanton. She is the coordinator of adult education programs with Prince William County Schools. Welcome, Toy.
Good evening. Thank you for having me. And good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us. At this time, I'm going to share my screen. In a second, I suppose. There we go. All right. Can everyone see my screen?
That's great.
No?
No, it looks good.
Okay, good.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So welcome to the Adult Education Information Session. Again, I'm Toy Tanton. I'm the coordinator for the program. The Adult Education Program at Prince William County Schools, while it's been around over 30 years, not many people know that we serve people who live in Prince William, Manassas City, and Manassas Park. Students who are enrolled in our program have to be 18 and older and not enrolled into K-12 school. So it doesn't matter past 18, how old you are. I just had a conversation with somebody earlier today that was like, well, I'm 50. Can I take class? Yes, you can. Yes, you can. We'd love to have you. Our program is geared towards adults who wish to acquire competencies necessary for further education, employment, and in personal enrichment. First, I'll give you an overview of our English language classes. We have an English language class that says over 18 hours. We have it for 6 levels of English, from beginning to advanced. We have standalone and multi-level classes. We are moving away from a lot of the multi-level classes more to the standalone so that we can meet the needs of the students. We are a grant-funded program, so we also have to look at how many students that we have so that we can make sure that we run the classes. The themes that we discuss during our English language classes are personal information, school, work, family, transportation, health, community, those types of things. It is working with the hearing, the speaking, and the writing of the English language. We offer classes that are in person, online. We offer them in the 3 counties. We offer morning classes, which are usually 9:30 to either 12 or 12:30, and in the evening, 6 to 8:30 or 9, depending on your level. We also have high school completion programs. We have a couple of options, one of which is the GED. We also offer these classes virtual and in person. We offer it in English and we offer it in Spanish. The Spanish is virtual and in person in the evening only. For GED, we have 2 ways that the student can take the class. It can either be all subjects, which would be Monday through Thursday, just like our ELA classes. Those are usually Monday through Thursday. And if you were needing just subject specific, because some students don't need all 4 of the subject areas, you might have a need to study more for language arts and social studies. Those classes meet on Monday and Wednesday, or you may have a need to study more math and science. Those classes are taught on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So we offer all of that. We also offer a pre-GED class, and that is for all subjects. Pre-GED is for those students who, for an educational standpoint, may not be up to secondary level yet. So the pre-G class helps them to get better with their skills, and then they can take the GED courses. If a student is interested in taking the GED but does not want to take a preparation course, they can simply go onto GED.com and schedule the test. Keep in mind that to get your credential as a GED, you'd have to complete 4 tests: math, science, language arts, and social studies. A student has to complete all 4 of those tests in order for them to earn their GED credential, just so you know that. Besides the classes, we also have the GED standalone class. We call it distance education, which a student can pay 30 days for $30. And it is self-paced, and they are modules, but there's a GED teacher that is monitoring this. There's an information session that you have to attend, and those are also available in English and Spanish. The other option we have for high school completion is called the National External Diploma Program. It is a self-paced, independent competency modules. So where GED, you're having to take 4 tests, with the National External Diploma Program, you'll complete the modules in those areas. It usually takes students between 8 and 12 months to complete this. And again, the eligibility requirements are meeting the adult secondary level. So it wouldn't be this would not be a good program for a pre-GED student, but if a student is taking the regular GED classes, they would be eligible for this. Attendance, there's also an information session. And during that information session, what we do is we have one of the teachers go over what exactly is expected of the student so they know what to look forward to during either the distance education or the National External Diploma Program. So far as the GED classes and English language classes, or all of our classes, we usually offer them in the summer for 1 month. That's usually July to August. And then we have our first and second session of classes that begin in September and October. And then we have our next set of classes that begin in January and February, and those are Spring 3 and Spring 4. We are currently registering for Session 3 and Session 4 right now. Those classes will begin at the end of January and the beginning of February. At the end of February. So now is a great time to get started with us. We offer other classes like bridging. We have a lot of students that once they have gotten better with their English, they want to move on from learning English to acquiring their high school credential or GED. So we offer a bridging program that is good for students that are transitioning from one area to another. We have an English for Community Engagement in class. This covers topics like citizenship, civics education. We're going to pilot a family literacy class this year at one of the elementary schools. So if you are a parent of a student that is either attending Mary Williams or Potomac Middle School, this will be for you. And during these family literacy classes, we will have it where we'll have the parent and the student come to class, and the parent will get a chance to learn separate from the student and then with the student. That's going to be exciting. That begins in our fall session 4 classes. And we're also going to offer this year Spanish classes. So for those of you who would like to learn how to speak Spanish, we're going to offer a beginning and intermediate class. And that class is also going to be offered in February 2026. Both of those classes, by the way, are virtual. The family literacy class will be in person at Mary Williams, and the bridging class is virtual, and the English community engagement, that one is usually virtual as well. We have what are called IETs. IETs are like if your child is going to Prince William County Schools and they're taking CTE classes or career and technical education classes, the adult education version of that is the integrated education and training class. And we offer 4 of those. This year, we're starting a new one called Serve Safe. That is for people who are in food service management. In the fall, we offer customer service and sales. Also in spring, we have entrepreneurship and small business. And this past summer or during the summertime, we offer guest service gold. And guest service gold has to do with the hospitality industry. So it's usually for people who are working in hotels and things like that, or looking to work in that environment. This class is for you. Each of those classes they run a little bit longer. In each of those settings, in each of these IETs, there are 2 teachers. There's one that is a business education teacher, and the other one is an adult education teacher, because there are many students who are in these classes who are still working to acquire language. And so we want to have an adult education instructor to make sure that they understand the terms and how to use them and things like that. But then we have the subject specialist, which would be the business education teacher that would teach the content. So the student would get 2 teachers. After taking those classes, these IETs, the student also gets a voucher for that class. So they have the potential to earn an industry recognized credential in that area from taking the class. The benefit, going back just for a second, for the high school completion classes, if you take those with us, one of the benefits that you get is at the end of the class, you get what are called GED ready vouchers. And a voucher is the ready test is to see if you are ready to take the test. So if a person were to take a GED ready, let's say in language arts, and they were to earn a passing score, which is 145, they would be eligible to get a voucher for the real test. So with the cost of the class, which right now is $175, you have the opportunity to not only gain instruction, but you will get the GED ready for each subject area, so long as you're taking it in the 4 subject areas. And then if you get a 145 or higher on the ready test, you get a voucher for the real test. So it's a real benefit. One of the other things that we give our students is also books. So with the cost of tuition, your books are covered under that as well. We have recently, well, in the last couple of years, I should say, we're in line with the school division. And so our parents can now register for adult education classes using ParentView. So since you are a parent, one way that you can complete the adult application is in your ParentView app. So if you're in your ParentView app, there's a section that says online forms. When you go to online forms, you complete the application for adult education. Once we receive it, it goes through the same processes that your kids does, and then we send you an approval. What you don't have to submit that you had to submit with your child is any type of documentation. So I'm not looking for a birth certificate. I'm not looking for transcripts from when you're in school. I'm not looking for any of those things. Okay, but I am looking to make sure that you put all your accurate demographic information, because remember when I said before, we are grant funded. So I have to do state reporting for the students that I serve with the money. After your application has been approved, we will send you not only a congratulatory email, but we'll also send you links for enrollment events. During those enrollment events, we will give you a pre-assessment. The pre-assessment is at no cost, but what we do during that time is if you're interested in English language classes, we'll test your reading level. And if you're interested in high school completion classes, we will test your reading and math level. For the IET, we'll do the reading and math as well. After that appointment, after you've taken your test, you'll go right from that test into counseling. And during that counseling appointment, we'll go over your test results with you, and then we'll also talk about opportunities for classes. So based on your level, we can tell you what class offerings are and where they are. We've held classes in places like Manassas Park High School, Osborne High School, and Manassas City. We have them at Grace Baptist Church, King Elementary, Mary Williams Elementary, Garfield High School, Freedom High School, Virginia Career Works. As a matter of fact, if you are a person that lives in Manassas City, they have a program called Manassas City Grad where they pay for classes for people who live in Manassas City. So we can give you some more information about that. What else did I want to mention? I forgot to mention that although our English language, high school completion, and our IT classes are at a cost, we do also offer free workshops. And right now, our free workshops are in the area of computer literacy, financial literacy, and job readiness skills. So there's something for everyone with us. We even have an intake and career coach, and they can help you with meeting your needs after you have completed or your educational desires to try to help you with job placement and invite you to job fairs and things like that. So there's really a lot for everyone in Prince William County Schools. If you are a parent and you are an employee in Prince William County Schools and you are a classified staff member, this year they started a program where they're paying for English language and high school completion classes for the classified employees. So you have the potential to take your classes for free. We also take agency payments. We work with the Global Welcome Center. They have a program called Aspire for some of our parents of Afghan students. So we have, again, lots of things that we can share with you. First step is registration. As I said, you would either go into your ParentVUE account or on this website, and you would go to the Adult Ed. You go to register now. There's a full page of information. Now, many students will pull it up and they don't look at it. I implore you to look at the page. It's full of a wealth of information that tells you everything that I've gone over so far, the pre-assessment, what you're going to put in, all of those things is on that page, and then complete it, because it is registration, then approval, assessment, counseling, class placement. After class placement, it is payment. And if you're a person that's receiving monies from Head Start or the Global Welcome Center or the school division or Manassas City Grad or out of pocket, that's where we would take care of that. So I hope that this has been beneficial for you. Our course schedule, we do offer year-round registration. The spring class registration is open, as I said before. We have classes beginning at the end of January, but we have a registration event coming up. We have a couple coming up this week. If you are a person that previously took classes with us in the last year, instead of completing the adult education registration packet, you would complete the adult education returning student packet, because we need to get an update of your demographic information. And the same thing, if your previous tests with us are no longer valid, we'll invite you in for an assessment. If they're still valid, you'll meet with either Mr. Mensa or Mrs. Rokshiz, and they'll talk to you about classroom placement options. January session begins January 26th, and the February session begins on February 23rd. This is reiterating what I said. The steps are: complete the online registration, schedule an assessment, attend the appointment, receive counseling for class placement, and pay for class. At each step of the way, you will receive an email on your progress. So after you complete the online application, you get an email to say that it's pending approval. Once we approve it, you'll get an email saying that it's been approved and give you links to class assessment options. After you decide which date you want to come, it's pending. We approve it, you get a congratulations, you've been approved, and it'll tell you what you need to bring with you, which is, a US issued photo ID. We give you a list of the options that you can bring in. So we really try to make it as streamlined as possible. I do hope this has been beneficial for you all. Are there any questions?
I did have a question, and this was a question that was submitted from our participants. The cost associated with them, do you have a breakdown of how much the classes cost in
I
general?
can send that to you. We don't put it in the PowerPoint. For English language and GED classes, those are $175. The workshops are at no cost, and the cost for the IET classes vary based on the class. So that's why I say I'll give you a breakdown of that.
Okay, so perfect. So again, this session was recorded or is recorded. So you'll get a copy of today's presentation as well as the video recording. And in the follow-up email, I'll make sure to include the adult education website and phone number on there should you want that information. And then whatever document Ms. Tenton sends with the fees associated with any of the classes, I will make sure that you receive that. All right.
All right.
So
I was going to say, don't hesitate to reach out. Just try to do the application online because many people want to come in, they want to schedule and come in. We'll still have you do it on your device here. So it's easier if you try it at home. If you're having a problem with your password, because I have many parents who are like, I can't get in my account, you can either do password, you can either select forgot password and work to reset that. They'll send you an email. You can do a new password, or you can call 703-791-8826. That is the help desk. We don't reset passwords in adult education. I just want to make sure you all know that because we get a fair number of that. I'm sorry, Ms. Boyd.
So I was going to ask you another question while you were talking. For our family members here that may not necessarily speak English and they are coming into your department, will they be able to receive assistance in their language, or how do you go about doing that?
I currently have 2 people that speak Spanish in my office, but for all other students, what we usually do is we use the Translate app on our devices so that we can communicate with them. And many of the students that come in, many of the parents that come in, they are using them on their phones too to communicate with us. So that we find that that's been very helpful. And then for some of the other students that have called in from like the Global Welcome Center, sometimes they'll call in with an interpreter. And so they're able to kind of work with it instead. They're really good about that. So.
So don't let the fact that you may not necessarily speak the English language
Deter
you from coming in, because we'll make, they're making sure that there's someone there to assist. And then we're also using technology to make sure that if there's not a physical person, that you'll be receiving assistance as well. So thank you so much, Toy, for joining us today.
No problem. Thank you for having me.
For you all participants, thank you so much for joining us. I have placed the survey in the chat. Please just take a couple minutes to fill that out to let us know how we're doing, and also any future sessions that you may want to see. Again, I will be sending a copy of today's presentation as well as the video recording and some contact information for adult education. As Ms. Tanton said, classes will be beginning soon, so please take advantage of that. And thank you all again for joining us this evening, and I hope everyone has a wonderful, wonderful night. Thank you.